Hey folks, it has been a bit since I have recorded a Path of Exile video, but we are in the middle of the Legacy of Phrecia event, and I am playing a character that will probably never exist again based on the special sauce of this event. I'm going to run a real quick map to show it off, and then I'll talk about it a little bit. So I've got a Caldera. I've been running Caldera and Beach. I don't know why. I just ended up being the two that I'm cycling between. Probably not going to do much side content, but the thing with this build is it's doing chaos pops. So lots of little explosions all over the place. And it is maybe the best clearing version of Righteous Fire that I've ever played. It is not as tanky as the normal RF Chieftain build, but is definitely very explosive in the version that I have. You can see when I dive into a pack, and I'm not even like doing very good with flammability, but I'll just dive into a pack and stuff explodes. And there's a couple layers of explode happening, but collectively it ends up clearing extremely quickly. Okay. So there's the first half done. Come over here and do the second half. I'm pretty much just able to charge through a map and it will clear itself when things, get onto my Righteous Fire aura and explode. Let's see, is there anything that we want from there? Physical is extra chaos. Yeah, screw it. I've got full chaos res at this point, so we should be fine. It's only going to really hurt if I stop to fight things for too long. Okay, so there's the second half, and then we're going to come down, kill the boss, and then I will port to my hideout and talk about the build. I am, however, going to stop and pick up idols. Because that's the special thing about this league is there is no Atlas tree. There's instead just a bunch of idols. Okay. Yeah, that was what I was afraid of. Like I said, it is not as sturdy as RF Chieftain. And I think I have I've got three tormented spirits on it, so yeah, I'll finish it off. Oh my goodness. That's a bad example. There we go. That dude was brutal. Anyway, let me pop back to my hideout. So what makes this specific build unique is the fact that it is run off of the Scion. And during the Legacy of Phrecia event, there is now Scavenger instead of Ascendant. So essentially we take Cloak of Flames, which gives us the 40% physical damage taken as fire effect of a normal Cloak of Flames as a ascendancy point. Obliteration, which is the thing from the wand, causing 30% chance to do a chaos explosion, and then Zerfus's Heart, which is chaos damage, can ignite, chill, and shock. So that means every time we pop, we're also igniting, chilling, and shocking everything, which leads to big pops. So essentially, it's kind of built similarly to an RF Chieftain, but I'm in the late stage of this build. Light of Meaning is tech that originally went in the Necropolis League as Parantis' Pact, and I used it at that point, and no one else was using it, and they were dirt cheap. Now these things are like 10 div each. So what you can do is use a Unnatural Instinct, which gives you all of these nodes, and then overlap it with a Light of Meaning, which ends up giving you like plus 200% fire damage off of this combo. So I had to shift my tree around significantly to like do this thing, which means I drop some of the nodes that you normally take. Other than that, I've got some fire damage multi and max life jewels scattered throughout my tree. And at some point, I'll drop this dangling intelligence node whenever I can pick up 10 intelligence somewhere else and then put it somewhere. I'm running Prismatic Heart, Cremator, and Widespread Destruction in a 3 notable cluster jewel, and then Smoking Remains, Flow of Life, Fan the Flames, Flow of Life. Fan the Flames is so that I get Ignite Prolif. I would love to get a better version of this jewel that has Prismatic Heart and Widespread Destruction in these two, so I can drop these two nodes, but I hate cluster jewels. I hate them so much. It's never clear to me which jewel is going to have the nodes in the correct order, so yeah. I've done a couple div mistakes trying to buy a new jewel and not understanding it. Anyway, so this is a really good clearing build, but like I said, it is not as strong as RF Chieftain, because while I have max block and a pretty decent life pool, I don't have 90 all res. And that's the piece that, kind of hurts here, is normally on RF Chieftain, you would have 90 to every res, and you're only stacking fire res. So your fire res is like 350-ish%, which means your regen is really high as a result. So normally with an RF Chieftain, I'm running about this same amount of life, but I've got 2,000 life regen and 90 all res. And usually even I've dipped in and improved my chaos resistance a little bit as well. So those are all things that hurt. But physical damage really doesn't do much, because I've got the Cloak of Flames off of the Ascendancy tree, and then I'm wearing a Cloak of Flames as well, so it means 80% of all physical damage is taken as fire. So that is reduced based on a couple of layers, and then it's lowered down by my 83% fire res, so that it's it cuts through a lot of the phys res or physical damage, which means bleeds don't do that much. Incoming attacks don't do that much. I don't have much armor, but I really don't need much armor because it's really all getting soaked by that. My high block is also healing me constantly, because I crafted a recover 5% of life on block shield. I've got another one of these that I'm trying to craft a slightly better one, because some of these stats are a little bit not great. In addition to the obliteration pops, I've also got Legacy of Fury boots, which are doing their own pops. Um, fire multi and exposure on the gloves. I'm running a pseudo helm. This was kind of a scuffed one that I got pretty cheap. But it does have the 20 burning, 20 conk, which gives me a 6 link on my helmet. I've got a better scepter base that I'm going to work on crafting, but I need to unlock the 3 crafted mods, benchcraft, and I don't remember. I think it's Coward's Trial that one comes from. So at some point I'll probably buy a Coward's Trial off the market and run that. I was running a Chaos Flask because I didn't have the Chaos Res, so at some point I need to replace this with another flask, but I just haven't had the currency to make another one. I don't know, like, all in all, this is a pretty fun build. It is not a great bosser. As you can see, though, honestly, that boss killing me over and over and over was a problem of the fact that it had 3 tormented mods on it. It was just brutal. But I'm doing a lot of delve, and this thing just flies through delve because I'm causing everything to explode. But yeah, that's the build. I mostly just wanted to record it so that I could, have video evidence later of what these explosions look like, because this may be the most explosive poppy build for RF that has existed. It honestly makes me want to try out the Elementalist RF that has existed in the past to see if I can get it to work, because these big pops are really fun. It is way more explosions than RF Chieftain does, just because it's a much higher chance of proccing them. Anyway, that is the build. This is largely patterned off of Pohx's build, and so in Pohx we trust. But other than that, I think that's it for this video. I don't know when I'll make one of these again. I should have probably made one of my Pohx League Ice Trapper, because it was pretty nice, so I may go back and record one of those just so I have recorded evidence of it as well. Anyway, hopefully you're having a great weekend, and I will see you next time I do one of these dumb things. Bye.